train north from Bombay, all the way to the place I forgot, Benares, where you witnessed a riot where it was being the crowd was being egged on by some nameless individual.
Did we technically join in when they got on the train?
And
No, I think we were helping to quash the riot.
Yeah, you were repelling and quashing the riot. No worries, dude. You rest up. So yeah, as you changed trains at Benares, as the train was leaving the station or leaving Benares, you encountered this riot. The crowd was being egged on by this unknown person, and the crowd were all chanting, "The king is stepping down." So as we said, whether this was anti-British sentiment or something else, you don't know. So the train was attacked, and you helped repel some of the rioters. There was an unfortunate accident with a gun and Mr. Martin's leg,
where a bullet found it.
Yeah. Which we'll not dwell on.
It wasn't mentioned much.
Yeah. Don't try and kick bullets in future.
That's the lesson to be learnt from that. I would suggest,
especially with the back of your leg. That's probably
Don't try and catch a bullet between your toes.
So from there, the train travelled north to the end of the line, which is the place I'm going to mispronounce again, which is now Tanwar, which lies just south of the Indian-Nepalese border. It's
proper having a fit.
Just be like bits of fur come flying up.
It's been got.
So it's now you arrive late in the afternoon in Tanwar and disembark from the train. Your guide and servant Siva finds you lodging in a small boarding house. And then sets about making inquiries for a guide, another guide to take you across the border into Nepal, and eventually across the Nepal border into Tibet. You also need to gather supplies for your journey as well.
So we did make a list last week.
So you had a basic list of the things that you acquired in Bombay, but you decided not to get everything because obviously
we didn't want to carry it.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're talking a lot of stuff. It's not like these days where a tent's going to be
packed down. 3 man.
Yeah, like a 3 kilogram tent. It's going to take an entire person to carry a tent. Yeah.
I saw it. What were them things? The forced hens. Do you remember those?
Yes, the orange ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Still got one.
I started those. They're fun.
So I will also allow you each to make an idea roll at this point, which is an intelligence roll, of course. I do apologise. Pardon me again.
Roll away. Hell yeah.
I can't see that. There we go.
That list was fine. I don't know what you thought. I'm an experienced adventurer. That list has everything that we needed.
Yeah, it's a perfect list for adventuring.
Let me bring up that. Where is that list? It's in the play. Is it in the play journal?
No, it's in the chat.
It was in the chat.
Oh my god! In fact, in which case it's lost.
Clothing. It's not. It's not that far up actually. Warm clothing, tennis rackets, fire stuff, lamps, paraffin, provisions, pots and pans, tea, tent.
Excellent. Could you copy that and make a journal entry with it, if you would, please?
Plus, we all added little extra bits.
Yeah.
I believe there was an 11-foot pole.
Yeah.
And a power lifter.
Yeah. So if you make that as a journal entry, then I can make it available so everybody can see it and edit it if they so wish.
Good question.
So if you go to the journal tab and there's a button that says create journal.
Seen it.
Got it. So who made the intelligence check?
I did.
Not me.
Charles. Oh,
George.
Charles and George.
Yes.
So George, since you got the best result, lowest result. I've got two of those same thing open again, not the different ones.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Add a page. Maybe.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it occurs to you, George, that because you're crossing the border into Nepal and then from Nepal into Tibet, which is essentially still closed off to Westerners. Well, everybody kind of the outside world, although it's perhaps not as severe as people are led to believe. So there is like a trade between British India and Tibet, but that's done from the west of the country, from Calcutta. So goods are brought. That Calcutta is used as a trade point between British India and Nepal, and there is actually a British ambassador consulate, although they're located outside of actual Tibet itself. So there's some like dialogue between Britain and Tibet, despite the fact that Britain was one of the countries that pursued a war of conquest against against Tibet, Nepalese Tibet. And of course, the Gurkhas do serve in the British Army now. So there are contingents of Gurkhas.
Fun fact, it was actually after having a battle with the Royal Ulster Rifles. So that
It was.
which led them to go, oh right, those guys are crazy. We like that. Let's have some.
So yeah, so while it's still, while there is some dialogue and interaction on a trade level, there's still certainly no tourist travel of tourists, of normal people back and forth across the board. So because of this, obviously, guards on the border, Westerners or people. Westerners are going to stand out like a sore thumb, to border guards. So it occurs to you, George, that it might be beneficial to at least don the attire of locals to deflect attention away from yourself. At least from. Aside from close scrutiny is going to ruin the ruse, but yeah, it might be beneficial to dress as Tibetans or Nepalese in traditional clothing, their traditional clothing. Which also brings a case of point that the Nepalese and Tibetans are generally, I'm not sure how much of a fact this is, but supposedly they are beardless. They don't grow beards. I don't know if they can't or don't, but yeah, they do not have beards. So it would be perhaps advisable for those with facial hair to remove it.
Oh no, is the glorious Tash going to have to go? Are you going to Photoshop these in? Our avatars.
I'm gonna get one of those.
We're going to get the Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Get one of them
CGI.
Mr. Magnet. The Mr. Magnet things, the face with the iron filings and the magnet. Just move it from there up to here.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
So yeah, so I don't know. So that this is what occurs to you, to George anyway. Whether you wanna share this thought with the group and see what they think about it is up to you.
Yeah. Well, let's share it.
Okay.
Don't rush to. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
You could tell everybody else except Marcus.
yeah. All right. Then.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like that's it. I'm like, yeah, you two, come here. You go away. You stand over there. Turn around, face the corner.
Revenge.
Turn around, face the corner. Yeah, now let's share it.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Just go like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got. So did we not put boot polish in as lists in as specs?
Oh.
Oh, is it the right color?
As for the beard,
So yeah. So if you want to do that, you can always get Seaver to help you with that as well, of course.
Yeah, we need shaving
Yeah.
supplies, please.
yeah.
Okay. So Seaver returns to the boarding house later that day. It's early evening. Maybe it's about let's see, about 6:30. So it's dark outside by this time, and Seaver returns to tell you that he has secured a guide, a merchant that's leading a trade caravan across the border.
Is he trustworthy?
I believe so, Mr. Black. Yes, I've done my best. I've made inquiries, and he seems to be a reliable chap. His name is Jingmei Rizing.
Okay. I shall choose to call him, in the grand tradition of the British Empire, Jeff.
That's a very local name.
But as long as you call him it loudly and slowly, he'll understand and
Yeah.
get into the spirit of things.
So it says unfortunately, Jingmei does not speak any English, so I will of course facilitate the as a translator as promised.
Well, that's unfortunate with our group.
I hope that's agreeable, gentlemen.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you. There is a small issue. Jingmei will only be able to take us as far as Gorapanai, which is about a week's journey into Nepal. But he assures me that he will assist in securing a new guide to take us further to the rest of the way.
Is that on the map with Nepal on it?
It is on the
Is it up here?
yeah the
On the right one.
yeah, the right hand map, yeah.
Yeah.
So it is so.
I could zoom in, but then I can't center it.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, sorry, it's because it's locked. Let me unlock it so you can
All right,
pan it.
I'm trying. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, yeah? Can you do it?
No.
All right.
No.
There we go. You should be able to pan it now and move it around.
Ah, there we go. That's better.
So yeah, it is.
What did you say it was called?
What did I say it was called? That's a very good question.
Kag Benny, was it?
Oh, there. Yeah.
What's Scotland do?
No, it was.
It's
Just north. I'm taking us north of. Patara.
It is.
Oh, Pakanaha. Did you say?
Pakara.
It's so Gorapanai.
Oh, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Right, gotcha.
Gorapanai.
Yeah, seen it.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, exactly there. And then but Seaver says that Ringze promises to help secure a new guide to take you on from there to further north. Why does that keep closing and disappearing? That's weird.
What's I suppose this is going into January. I suppose maybe prepare for cold weather. Yeah.
So
Well,
weather.
that and the fact that we're in the Himalayas.
Yeah, so the weather is probably
Brisk.
So it's the weather this time is ideal for traveling for making the journey because it's the dry season. There's probably only a couple of inches of rain during the winter months, whereas if it was later in the year, then you would be into the monsoon season. It would make the journey far tougher and more potentially treacherous.
We've got tennis rackets though.
You've got tennis rackets for walking on the not snow.
Yeah.
Or playing tennis. Julius.
Yes.
We're thoughtful like that.
So Golapani is about a week's journey into Nepal, and he's so I've managed to negotiate that Jingmei is prepared to let us use 10 of his 15 porters and mules to carry food and equipment.
Good lads.
He only asks for payment. He only asks for a few English pounds worth of jewellery that can be bought here in the local markets.
Seems reasonable.
Of course, we shouldn't pay him until arrival at the destination. That would be the traditional arrangement.
Okay.
But we have time, gentlemen. Jingmei has his own preparations to make, and he tells me that his caravan is due to leave for Nepal in 3 days.
Oh, we are securing weapons, isn't that right? We're at least simple rifles, something that we can at least defend ourselves with.
Yeah, I think you got some in Bombay, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, remember we weren't too sure what we were gathering in Bombay or not, so...
Have they been added to your character list, your character sheets?
I'm sure they did because we were using them to attempt to fight off men with rocks.
Yeah, so
A rifle.
And somebody used one on the train. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, I think they did. Did someone fire a rifle? Or
I think they did.
I don't think that happened. That's all in your imagination. That's Cthulhu messing with you guys.
Yeah, must be. Good point.
So Charles hasn't got a weapon.
No, oh my coincidence.
Nor George.
George doesn't. George don't need one.
So Gerald has got a 12 gauge shotgun.
Nice.
Heavy.
I don't think you've still got that sawn off one. I think that was
No, that's probably illegal if nothing else.
I think that was possibly left at home, a sentimental reminder of your departed friend.
Yeah, and blob monsters.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me dispose of that. So yeah, apparently you have got a
I could do with a pistol as well.
I don't think you've got a pump action shotgun though, have you?
I did have.
We did have.
You did,
Yeah.
but that was back home, wasn't it?
Yeah, that were in the car. That when we were trying to break into the bookstore.
Yeah. So we'll start anew. Because there would have been, of course, the thing of like bringing
Customs.
Yeah.
I'm British though, don't you know?
British. Right. Okay. So what is it you require? We're going to take a rifle, weren't we?
Yeah, just simple bolt action.
Yes. I think that was it. A 22 bolt action rifle, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we're all gonna use the same ammo, so we're not going like super exotic stuff.
Yeah.
On the
No, we
plane,
want something a bit heavier,
A bit
caliber than
a bit heavier. What
Yeah.
a 30 lever action.
a 303 or a .3.
A 303. How about a 303 Lee Enfield?
That'll do.
Oh,
Classic.
that'll be yes.
Plenty of them about.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Can
packs
I-
a bit of a punch, and it's got good range as well.
Yeah.
The 5-round clip.
Yeah.
So can we have a couple of 5-round clips?
Well, you can
Well, that's what
buy.
I mean.
So
If
you
we
can
take
buy
a couple
box.
of the same rifle, then we can have ammunition. Sure.
Yeah. So you buy. So you get a clip that will
Bandoliers.
come with the gun, and you can buy. You'll be able to buy a box of ammo. So box of ammo generally come for rifles.
We
and
want the
handguns.
leather bandolier, proper bandolier. Come on, we'll have to look at the right here. Come on, we'll have to, and it has to match our clothes.
Yeah.
Can't be sticking out. You know, it has to be the same colours or goatskin, furry stuff.
But we'll have them made out of like alligator or something exotic.
And can I have a nice service revolver as well?
Ooh.
Okay, so like I say, box of ammo for rifles and handguns generally come in boxes of 100.
Oh yeah, 5 boxes will do us.
So you can, I'll let you add those to you can add those to your character sheets yourself. So if you go to the gear tab, you can click the add item button.
How many of these have we bought?
How many what? Sorry.
How many rifles have we bought?
So I presume you've got one rifle each.
Okay.
I mean,
Does it make sure it makes sense that they're all the same caliber?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're not arsing about with.
So Marcus has already got one. I'm not sure
Yeah,
what Marcus
I've
is
already
carrying.
got
So I
100
shall
bullets,
give
99
you.
bullets.
Add stuff button.
So just a moment, I'll unlock your character sheet.
It needs to be unlocked.
There you go. So you just click on the padlock. I've unlocked it for you, yeah, but you just click on the padlock and do it. So yeah, a 3, an Enfield. Give that an Enfield to everybody.
Rifle.
I've given myself 1 less bullet.
Very good.
I had 199.
So yeah, so that's Gerald has got a rifle. So like I say, if you can manually add a box of ammo using the add items tab on your character sheet.
Description doesn't have to be.
No, just
whatever.
whatever you want to put on, just so you know what it is, and just so you can so you can keep track of how much ammo you've got left.
Oh, okay.
Just have to.
Do you want? What's the damage on it?
The damage it'll be on the. Let me drop you one onto your character sheet, and then you'll be able to. Let me see. But yeah, the damage of an Enfield is 2d6 plus 4.
Oof.
So yeah,
Nice.
pretty hefty.
Nice.
Pretty hefty.
100 each. 100 rounds.
It's 100. Base range is 110 yards.
Have I got one of these guns as well, or are you not giving me any more guns?
Well,
I've
that's
got
it.
my rifle.
That's entirely up to you. I mean, you've got a rifle already. Whether you wanted to buy another rifle is entirely up to you. I mean,
No, handgun more than.
So yeah, that's Charles has got one.
So if you're getting the handgun, same principle, get the same caliber of ammo.
Yeah, so let's
Gerald.
Standard service revolver.
Yeah, so
on a lanyard.
That's 38, isn't it?
Yeah.
Caliber?
Yeah, about a 38. Where are we? 38 revolver. There we go. So there's 38 revolver. So that's got handgun. That's all right. That's all good. So George has got a 38 revolver.
I don't want a revolver. I've just looked at my handgun skills. Not good times.
Why is that not?
Oh, none of us are any good with.
It's just more to make noise if it comes
Yeah.
down to it.
Okay, so Charles got Enfield and a 38 revolver.
In fact, I think you're possibly about the only person to have hit something with a rifle.
Yeah.
I had some clays.
Actually, yeah, we did. That's true.
Yeah.
Gerald, he's got the Enfield and he's now got a 38 revolver as well. Okay. We'll give some to Julian as well.
Considering the fact he's off his tits most of the time, he'd not be better with like a Nerf gun.
Has everybody got one now? So I think everybody, if you want to check your inventories and make sure you've got the rifles that you asked for.
Yeah, all
I've
good.
just got a rifle, no handgun, but that's fine.
Oh, so you want? So Marcus is wanting a revolver as well, isn't he? 38 revolver. There we go.
Oh, sweet, excellent.
I won't. In fact, can you remove my revolver?
I can, yeah, if you don't want it.
Yeah, I don't want one. I don't want a revolver. I'm terrible with it, so I'd rather, if it's up close, I'd rather smash him in the teeth with the knuckle duster.
Very well. So don't forget to lock your character sheet again once you've made any adjustments, otherwise your buttons won't work.
Okay,
How do you load it? Lock it?
There's a padlock, little
right.
padlock at
Okay.
the, see it? To the right of
Yeah,
where it says
gotcha.
backstory.
Right. Okay, that's good.
Okay, I think since we've had a little bit of a rest and you've been travelling by train for a few days, I think we can probably, I'm not sure if anybody really needs it, but we can do a
Health.
yeah. We'll have a development phase as well.
Oh.
I'm not sure there's much skills that require developing, but we'll go for it anyway. Why not?
Shooting for some.
Yeah, I need shooting skills. My
So
rifle.
let me just put us into development phase. So you should now see on the left-hand side of your character sheet, you should see two development buttons: the development button and the regain look button, both of which you can press in order.
Well, fuck's sake.
No luck and nothing developed.
Experience points 24. That's
49 XP. What does that even mean?
It just means that's how much the total of points you've gained through experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't get to spend them
No.
like you do in D&D or what have you.
Oh,
Just
okay.
It's just keeping track of them, for just telling you. For no real reason at all, other than just to give you a guide. A number.
yay! Participation trophy.
Yeah. You're all winners.
I've
Yeah.
got 3 points in firearms experience. So when I shot him.
it's better than a poke in the eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how anything gets done. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think you've pressed on development for Marcus. You've done the look one, but I can't see.
There's no.
There's nothing development, I don't think.
Oh, is there
It
nothing?
won't have anything if he's not got a yellow star in anything.
No,
there's
that's
no
true.
yellow
Yeah.
stars.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. Everybody done that?
Yep.
Okay. I'll turn that off again. Radio.
Sweet.
Yeah. So Seaver sits down with you for the rest of the evening to put together this list of supplies that you need. So it tells you that each of the porters, or between so between two porters or a mule, each they'll be able to carry 150 pounds worth of equipment each. And Seaver also tells you so, as well as acting as your translator, which you already are, and your servant. He offers to, if you will allow him, he will be more than happy to serve as your chef, your cook as well.
Works for us.
So so we need to you need to compile a packing list. So let me just make that available so everybody can see it. Ownership, that is owned by everybody. So you should now see in the journal tab, you should see something called a packing list.
Oh, same.
So you all have access to that. You can all edit it. You can't edit it at the same time, so if one person's editing it, another person can't do it while they're doing it.
Okay.
So it won't work.
Why do we have an 11-foot pole, by the way?
Why not? It's collapsible.
Yeah.
I mean, an 11-foot pole comes in handy when you've got a gap that's
10
shorter than. Yeah, if you've got a 10-foot
It's
gap.
because a lot of stuff has a range of 10 foot. If you've got an 11-foot pole, you can hit things while they're out of range.
So just because I'm being a bit finicky, I'm going to change it into a bullet pointed list.
No, an 11-foot pole is mighty useful. The voice of experience is that.
Sounds like metagaming to me. How do you know all these gaps are 10 foot? All these ranges are 10 foot?
Sounds like? I think is the word you're looking for.
Well, you know these gaps are 10 foot because you got an 11-foot pole. You know,
Yeah.
you know what's longer, it doesn't reach. It's like when you're 40K and you get an old tape measure and you're like, okay, gotcha.
What
Roll
happened to the power lifter? Doesn't seem to be on there.
That's Gerald, isn't it?
I think it's in for an MOT.
Yeah, it's Gerald's a power lifter, isn't he?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
With the moment with his dodgy leg.
What else am I going to use my mechanical repair for?
Good question. Get it back in.
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to add to this list?
I feel that's like an honest question. Are you sure this is all you want on your packing list?
Hang on, we'll put some extra notes and come screen back. Oh, sorry, we've done.
See, we've got provisions, covers quite a wide.
Yeah.
It does, so you might need to expand upon that.
Nice one. Nice.
Well, Siva's taking care of that, so we don't have to think.
Yeah.
So yeah, see, like I say, you can. He's there to help, but he will only. He doesn't presume. He observes.
Presume away, good man.
Yeah, it's like,
he just wouldn't. He wouldn't because he thinks it's he thinks it's rude.
I mean, if he doesn't presume and he gets it wrong, we'll beat him to death. But...
yeah. It's like he's offered to be our chef, so therefore he should be in charge of rations. There's no point dictating.
But yeah, if you ask him,
yep.
unless you tell him to do something, like I say, he won't.
Okay,
so saying Siva offered to cook, obviously we'll tell him to be in charge of rations so that he knows what he's.
I was going to say, you're probably far more experienced in putting together ration lists for the amount of time that we're going to be. How long do you think we are actually going to be?
So I
use your best judgment.
I haven't seen any maps. You may have more luck acquiring maps from the British consulate. But from speaking to locals and the caravan guides, I believe it's about a few weeks, 2, possibly 4 weeks.
So, are we likely to be able to buy any provisions?
I would suggest if you would
surely.
If you will excuse me, I would suggest that we purchase dried provisions, and that we supplement this with fresh food from villages en route.
Sounds like a fine idea. I think we also ought to take. I don't know if we'll be able to change any money.
I just put gold coins there for trading.
Traveller's checks.
Maybe buying some of the jewellery to trade might be an idea.
Yeah. So
if they don't take Amex.
Yeah. So it's unlikely that currency, certainly British currency and any kind of currency is going to be less useful the more you further north you travel. So goods for bartering are going to be far more useful.
Whoever's in the list want to add bartering stuff.
I put gold coins in brackets for trading.
So you could. The merchant caravan, the merchant trader, he wants payment in jewellery, silver jewellery from the market.
So buy lots of jewellery.
Yeah.
So they change out the jewellery instead of gold coins.
So for the entire trip, he only wants £2 worth of £2 worth of jewellery.
Ooh. That's it. Oh, that's
In 1920, that's quite a lot, isn't it?
No, to wait to LBS.
No. £2 in value, not weight.
Oh, I thought you meant in weight.
No,
Wow.
two £2. So it is.
I said that. It's still a lot.
I mean, he's going away for like 2 months, though, potentially. Although actually, he's only going halfway there, isn't he?
Yeah. So yeah, he's taking you to the as far as his destination.
Although this is for him and like 15 porters.
Yes.
So
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Why am I... Jade, have I forgotten how to spell jewellery, or have I doing something silly?
Jingle jangle.
Jingle jangle. Oh god, there's talking about him earlier on in the news, and they're bringing up the Russell Brand stuff. It's like, oh god. Good.
Okay, let's not go there.
It's not. That's
Yeah, them bots in China have no idea what you're talking about.
So, George, you said you were going to mention your thoughts on adopting traditional dress.
Yeah, I put it to the group, and I sort of think, look, we stand out as Westerners. You know, we have got, for remote locations, we've got warm clothes packed. Gentlemen, what is your thoughts on adopting traditional dress to help us sort of blend in, maybe not stick out so much, maybe get on side with the porters?
And to be fair, warm clothing, traditional dress is probably going to be about as warm as it gets.
I would suggest so, and it may help us. I mean, if things get a bit dicey as well, we're not an instant. There's the Westerners.
Are you saying I shouldn't be wearing this pith helmet?
No, you most certainly should.
So we're not having the 11-foot poles for the Union flag.
Yeah,
Right in the back of the backpack.
yeah. Did you bring the bagpipers as well and the band? So yeah, I think I'd sort of be up for, local attire.
Sounds good to me.
Seems reasonable.
I think while we're at the market, we could potentially get some comfortable, warm, practical attire. I would suggest decent footwear underneath it and what have you. But yeah.
Oh, so like regular. Well, is there somewhere we can check out? Because there are boots, like Sherpa's boots, quite decent.
Oh,
So they use
so footwear, so traditional footwear that porters and things are wearing. Presumably you would assume that they're more than suitable for the journey. I mean, they're not.
yeah.
They're not kind of footwear that you're used to. So it'd be, but yeah, should be more than sufficient. Again, with Seaver's assistance, he says he'll work with.
Oh shit!
Work
I
with
typed in
Jing.
Tibetan dress, and I got dresses. I don't want that.
So he says that he will work with Yingmei to ensure get some suitable garments. So
Good, that's what we like.
these are called so they're like so the locals wear Tibetan cloaks, or they're called chubas or chubas. Again, that's probably the completely wrong pronunciation, but they can't. The traditional, it's like these heavy cotton garments that are like pleated and held up with a wide belt. It's almost like a heavy oversized dressing gown. And they have like really wide collars that doubles as a hood. You can pull up and doubles as a hood. And they're good for keeping as the temperature gets cold. They're good for keeping you warm. They're good for keeps the wind. They're very wind resistant, and they've got deep long sleeves to hide your hands, to cover your hands to protect them from the cold winds. And they've got very big deep pockets as well that are good for keeping things in. apparently, as well, you can if you're caught out, they even can be used as like like double as a one-man tent.
Oh,
Sounds like a poncho.
Oh, it's much
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, like it's like a big, like I say, it's like a big oversized dressing gown. It's all full of pleats and it's like held up and together with like a wide belt.
Oh, thank God, find it.
Tubers, yeah. I got any. I meant to get a picture of that, but. Yeah.
Does this work in the chat?
Sorry.
Oh,
It's saying upload file. I've selected it, but it's not. He's not saying it, no.
yes. Yeah.
Oh, needs to be
It's asking me if
downloaded.
I trust someone.
All right, it's done. Oh,
You're not trustworthy, basically. There we go.
The
There's a
second one, not the. He's actually got a goat in his pocket.
Yeah, I'll just look at that.
Well, if it's warm enough for the goat, it's warm enough for me.
Don't think I can.
We don't have to carry pet goats in our pockets, do we?
No.
It's
Yeah, but
food.
it could keep you warm.
But we've all got a pet attack goat. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't open properly for me. Oh well.
No.
Right. Okay. So.
We just lose someone.
I think we lost Dave. I think a cat. Actually, I saw the cat appear at the camera.
Yeah.
I was back. He's just dropped out of Foundry. You dropped out of Foundry, Dave. There you go, back again. Okay.
Oh, can Shiva make some discreet inquiries as if there's any other parties have passed through here?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Of course it can, yes. Of course it can.
And what sort of impression did they leave? I.e., what are we going to expect? Did it come through peacefully? Did they wind everybody up?
Apologies, somebody turned my laptop off.
Evil cat.
You really got the demon cat, didn't you?
Cthulhu cat.
Next, give it a character sheet next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's find out if we're going the right path. Because I think
Phil, can
Yeah.
you stop moving the cursor around the screen?
That might be an issue.
You're absolute dickheads, a lot of you.
Here, cat, come get it. Yeah, now I'm definitely not going to stop moving it.
Okay, so you can make a I don't know, choose a social role, presumably not intimidate.
Charm.
So charm or persuade.
Is anyone got more than? Is anybody more charming than me? I don't know.
Well, you were the one that we're going to do
am I
it.
doing it
So.
Hell yeah.
This will be fun.
I'm a charming mofo.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I go just
God.
slapping locals around. Hey, you, sir. Have there any other Westerners been here?
Hey, I'm a doctor, don't you know?
Yeah, so perhaps your brusque
Show me your underwear,
colonialist attitude just rubs up the locals the wrong way. You don't get anything from them.
That's poppycock. Absolute poppycock. I refuse to believe that. I'm an expert in my field. I know people.
Yeah, my charm's 15. I'm not going to attempt it.
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
Deliveries
Hang on.
here. Shower curtains here. It is a shower curtain.
right. So yeah, is there anything else you want to add to that list? Oh, we've got Bombay mix, of course. Yeah, Stacey.
Oh yeah.
Chumbers. Right. Okay. Right. So Siva promises to secure all the provisions that you're going to need. And I guess with an evening meal, after an evening meal, you retire for the evening, and yeah, arise early the next day. Like I say, you have got 3 days to. That should move forward to number 6. No, it's not moved forward to number 6. It will do now. There we go. Now it's gone to 7. Okay.
Why does it keep saying I've lacked permission to update settings? I haven't clicked on anything.
Yeah, it does that occasionally. It's fine.
So yeah, it is the morning of the 6th of January. It's about yes, you rise early.
6th or 7th.
It's moved on again. It should be the
Yeah.
6th.
Okay.
There was a bit of delay in buttons. Yeah, so you arise early, probably woken by the sound of locals going about the business. You seem to rise much earlier here. So yeah, so you've got potentially another 2-3 days to make any other arrangements you want to make, or we can just.
Like to. Well, I mean, if we can just have a bit of downtime, but can I rest up a little bit?
You can. So you're going to get 3 days rest. So that is going to be like 3 more hits back.
Yeah.
Almost good as new.
Almost.
Somebody was on about acquiring maps, weren't they? Who was it?
Yeah.
Who was that?
I think that was Charles.
Okay, so he's not here.
Charles is not here. I'll do it.
So to do that, you'll have to make a library use roll.
Library. Oh dear, that's well down the list. Where is it? I think it's so far down the list. No, where are we? Why can I not find library?
Am I showing as logged into Forge?
You are, yes.
Can you boot us? Because I'm not.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, sure. Kick you out. There you go. Kicked out.
Cool. And I'm greyed out because it thinks I'm already in.
Right, yeah. So it might take a moment for it to.
Yeah.
I look at the maps and I don't really know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I don't really understand them. I pick up a map and I don't know if it's the right one. I don't even know if it's the right region or the right country, and I certainly don't understand the writing.
Okay, so yeah, so you bring some maps, unaware that you're bringing the wrong ones.
Wrong ones.
Yeah, very good.
Oh
no.
no!
Map.
Here we go.
Wrong maps.
Really?
Hey, I didn't know.
Right, so yeah, unless there's anything else anyone wants to do, so presumably, so you get to meet Jingwei, of course. This is Jingwei. Jingmei. Yeah, Jingmei Ringzing.
Ring.
And
ring.
as Siva said, he does not speak a word of English. Not even a single word.
Just shake his hand. I'll shake his hand and bow at him. I'm sure he'll get the gesture.
Yeah. So yeah, he's he'll have met Westerners.
So, did we? Seems as I succeeded on a charm roll.
Oh yes, sorry.
When we were asking about the.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Where are we? There we are. So. Yeah, so you speaking to some locals perhaps in the market. You hear the people recall seeing a group of white nobles that passed through the town and were heading north across the border, that had great wealth, that they gave a silver bracelet for just a few eggs.
Hmm.
They gave a silver bracelet for a few eggs.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's about today's prices for eggs, to be honest.
Yeah. Did they tell us any reason why they give a silver bracelet for eggs?
No, it's just you're not even sure if this is like
If it's true.
If it's
Oh, just
true,
like
it might because it's they're like commenting on something they've heard or seen, so you don't
Okay.
you don't know how true it is or
Okay.
how if it's you get the impression it's certainly not a first-hand recollection. You're also told that you catch the word Yala, which Siva tells you means up. They were travelling up, as in up the valley.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
So yeah, you meet Jimmei Ringzing is quite a small man. Only stands about 5 feet, just over 5 feet tall, and he's straight black hair, a hairless.
Sorry. Why's one eye bigger than the other?
What? Don't talk about the eyes again. He's squinting.
It's huge. It's not even a squint. It's with the pop out.
It's rude
He
to
reminds me of
comment
that
on
guy
somebody's
from Pink Chocolate in Little
disfigurements.
China.
That's going to end up in our yak's milk, isn't it? It's going to like pop out one day. We're going to like.
Yeah.
That'd be glass eye. That's rude. Yeah, so it's a smallish man,
speak
only
English,
just
sorry.
over 5 feet tall, straight black hair, a hairless face, as I like to say. It's seems to be the norm. And he's wearing these heavy cotton belted robes, of which is hands over. When you first meet him, he hands over these one set of these robes for each of you, as Siva's requested him do, as well as some plaited grass sandals, which seems to be the footwear that they're wearing.
Has Siva had a shave?
Sorry.
Did Siva have a shave? Or did
Yeah. So Siva will probably have a. He might. Well, he might. He's,
Oh,
so
wait,
he's-
hold on. Is he a Sikh?
No.
Yeah,
so,
Sikh.
Be able to.
so no, he's not. No, he doesn't have a shave. I mean, because he's obviously not a Westerner anyway.
Yeah. He won't be allowed to if he's Sikh.
Yeah, and he's not a Westerner.
he's
It's
going to get us killed, guys, not me.
So yeah, they obviously they wear like thick sort of cotton woolen socks with these sandals as well. They're not just bare feet.
Are they like ninja sandals? You know.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. So Jingmei speaks Nepalese with a little bit of Hindi, which is how Siva rather is communicating with him, because Siva doesn't know Nepalese either, or only has a very basic understanding of it. So they're communicating in Hindi. Oh, and I do apologise. Jingmei does know the odd word of English. So positive and negatives and tea.
Arse.
That would be an ecumenical matter. That's his word. Yeah, that's his phrase. So yeah.
Sounds good, right? So we are.
So it's your last chance before you set off. You're setting off on the. So it's the 6th now, 7th. So you're setting off on the 8th.
Is there anything else we need?
Well, as long as we're fed and clothed, we can trade.
Yeah.
And we're
We've got
armed.
jewellery. Yeah.
We
I
know where
think
we're
we're
going.
good to go. I think, let's go and see what the worst is that can happen.
Couldn't be worse than the Welsh flipping hills where we're like cold and wet. That sounds actually like quite luxurious.
You should have tried Scotland in winter.
Yeah.
I have done in real life, so
That was
So have I. Interesting.
okay.
I think we'll have to see the wizard then.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so yeah, on the morning of the 8th of January, you join Jingmei's caravan as it caravan of porters as it leaves behind the last town, the most northern town in India before the border. So it's so you learn that the border is just a few hours travel from the town. And as you're going along, Siva is in conversation with Ringmei. Like there's a bit of you can see there's some slight difficulties in conversation. There's a bit of like I said, they're not. Neither of them are both fluent, 100% fluent in a language that you both understand. But so it takes a bit of back and forth to put things across sometimes. And Siva comes to you and tells you that yes, gentlemen, we will be approaching the Nepal border shortly. And there will be this side of the border. There will be Indian military guards, possibly reinforced with British soldiers. According to Ringmei, there is there's only about a few hundred yards between the Indian border guards and the checkpoint on the Nepalese side. How do you wish to approach this? We have taken the precaution of you've taken the wide precaution of adopting native dress. But
are we likely to encounter any trouble with crossings, or?
There will be, if they realise that you are Westerners, there will be questions as to the nature of your nature.
Are we better off hiding in the middle of the group?
I was going to say there's 15 porters.
Yeah, are we better off blending in with the porters?
Split themselves up a bit so we're not in like a gaggle.
Yeah.
Let's just say there's 19 porters, and we'll mill about in the middle, keep us heads down.
It may be wise. It may be wise to
get some boot polish on.
Use some discretion. I mean, you can pull the hoods. If you pull the hoods up, the hoods like are really big and they're kind of like odd.
Is that going to be suspicious at all?
Yeah, I was gonna say if there's only like 4 of us with hoods up and everyone else is like
yeah. So yeah.
Can we muddy his faces?
You can, if you want it. It's up to you. So it's up to you.
Just sort of. I don't know. Just try
and look inconspicuous.
Yeah. Hide at the back.
Yeah. Say nothing.
Yeah.
As you wish, gentlemen. I shall. I have tried to impress this upon Jingmei, but he seems unable to grasp the concept that there may be a problem crossing the border.
But he does a lot.
Does he think there won't be a problem?
I don't think it's that. I think it's a problem in the attitudes and the discrepancy with the attitudes, and maybe perhaps a problem in my translation. I do apologise, but he seems to be confused by concerns of crossing the border. Again, it may be that this is something he does on a regular basis.
That may work to our advantage if we're acting shady and suspicious and nervous. It's going to draw attention. Where if he does it every day, and the guards might know him, then that's just.
Yeah, so it won't be every day because these journeys are quite long. He clearly, obviously, he'll pass through here. He'll have done this journey numerous times. Yeah.
So let him take the lead, and we'll just
Stand at the back,
Okay.
sort of in the middle.
behind a donkey.
Yeah.
Okay. So you leave behind. So finally, you leave behind the city of Nantanwa and towards the approach the border, the Nepal border. So the road heading north travels through a low valley whose slopes are thickly wooded with spruce and the Indian and Nepalese and eventually the Indian and Nepalese frontier posts come into view, and you can see the road is kind of like raised up. It's on like a it's raised up, and there's like almost like an embankment. So it's raised up around from the surrounding terrain, and you can see there's like a typical cliched kind of like post across, blockade across the road, and you can see it's manned by two Indian soldiers and two British soldiers, and you can see can't be more than 400 yards beyond that, further up the road, you can see the Nepalese side of the border control as well, which is manned by two Gurkhas. So again, Jingwei just carries on. It's just like a normal, he doesn't think anything of it. It's just like a normal day. And Siva again cautions, advises caution, and try not to draw attention to yourself. So either side of the road and the border, there's like thick pine and spruce forests, and you can see there's like an old rickety barbed wire fence running off to the left and right away from the actual border control.
Just position ourselves on the opposite side of a donkey to the soldiers.
Okay.
And try and sort of stay behind the packs.
Okay, so you can make a group luck roll, which means the person with the lowest luck makes a luck check.
What is my luck?
58.
60.
47.
46.
I'm not rolling. It's not going to be my fault.
Do you want to use stealth roll instead?
If you're going to approach the border control, you need to make a luck roll to see if you can, see if you can like keep your heads down.
I'm sorry, guys.
You'll be fine.
As we can
Oh wow!
God.
It's not a fumble, but it's a fail, and you can't push a luck roll, of course.
Start shooting.
Kill the guards.
Right. My rifle shotgun skills come in handy.
Okay. So
Oh God, it's bad.
okay, so one of the British guards, he's like he comes walking down the line, checking, just giving a cursory glance to the porters as he's passing. So as he passes you, you can each make a disguise roll, but you are wearing these. Thankfully, you are wearing these traditional clothing, so you can do it with a bonus dice.
Oh, well.
Oh, wow, yeah, okay.
Hell yeah. Bear in mind, my disguise is 65.
Mine's 5.
Is it? Mine's 5.
How do I add a bonus dice?
If you click on
Okay.
your
plus
skill.
1 on the bonus dice.
Yeah.
Mate, I've got 16. That's not bad.
So
Best roll
you can
tonight.
of course push it, or of course you've got to justify pushing it, or you can spend luck on it.
I'll spend luck on it.
Okay, so if you click on the roll, it'll expand it, and there'll be buttons to push or spend luck. So George, you pass. Yeah. So yeah, they pass. They pass by George. Pass by Marcus. Suddenly pulls his collar up and looks away.
This is going to be like the Great Escape, isn't it?
Yeah.
What, old chaps?
So Charles, we'll go with you next, since you got the next closest to success. What are you doing? Are you going to push it, or are you going to spend luck? And if you are going to push it, how are you pushing it?
Do you know what? What am I going to have to spend luck-wise? Flipping...
It's luck
20
rolls.
17 luck. That's a lot, isn't it?
Nah, it's fine. Get it spent.
Yeah, what the hell? Spend luck.
You're going to spend luck.
I just and look the other way.
Okay.
I'm going to be the one that's going to end up with yak shit smeared all over him, aren't I?
So Gerald. So yeah, they pass by other, and there's just you. So the.
I can't spend 52 points of luck.
No, that would be rather.
I am just going to end up covered in yak shit, aren't I?
So what are you going to do? You're going to push it then?
You're going to have to.
Okay, and how are you pushing it? You're going to cover yourself in yak shit. Is that the plan? You're going to
Yeah.
smear your face in yak shit.
He'd go behind the.
So yeah, you stop for a brief moment to adjust your sandals and grab a handful of manure from the road and
No, I want
smear
it
it.
fresh out. I want it fresh out the arse of a yak, so it's spraying out, it's showering in it.
I can't look a push
You
roll.
cannot look a push roll. And as you're
close.
as you're doing this, the
close.
soldier he pauses, and with his baton he prods into and like, you there, turn round.
I say, do you mind?
What's your game, sir? Do you realise there's a restriction of travel across these borders? What's going on? And why are you covered in shit?
Can you not see that I've managed to cover myself in yak shit?
I can. I would appreciate if you'd stand back, sir.
I don't suppose you've got like a bar of soap. I appear to have not packed my toiletries.
Even if I had, sir, I would not be giving a bar of soap to you. I suggest you find a bath. I think you need more than a bar of soap. Some carbolic, perhaps.
I think you may be right. I was not expecting the level of odour from.
So he steps back and uses his baton to keep you like arm's length. So explain yourself, sir. What are you doing? Why are you attempting to cross the border?
Can I have a fast talk?
You can provide a reason, and then you can either make a credit rating, persuade, or a fast talk.
I'm on a pilgrimage.
Go on, expand.
That's it.
There you go. Yeah, need more than that.
That was it, really. I'm on a pilgrimage to.
If you're sounding like a D&D player, come on, roleplay. More words.
I'm on a pilgrimage to see the sacred yak fields of Nepal. Gerald Black. You may have heard of me. I'm a travel writer of very small note, it has to be said, but in this day and age it's very difficult to see the noble yak in its natural environment. I've already had some experience, as you can doubtless tell. I've tried to blend in with the natives, but I'm told that the best place to go is Nepal, and therefore, needs must and all.
Excellent. Go on, make your roll. whichever role it is you choose.
I believe
He's got to get a
it's going
bonus
to-
dice for that. Come on.
It's going to be
As
fast
tempted
talk.
as I am to give him one, the situation does not allow it. Oh, that is. Oh, wow!
nice.
Doesn't need it.
Clearly,
is-
that's the addition.
That was
of the,
what was that? Fast talk.
Fast talk.
Yeah. So if it were credit rating, he might have. I think he'd have probably have heard of you. But
Even though I haven't actually written any books.
yeah, maybe just thought he'd. Yeah, well, anyway, yeah, he would maybe have thought he'd heard of you. In fact, yeah. So maybe. I miss. Yeah, I think perhaps the wife. My wife reads a lot of travelogues. The name is vaguely familiar. I think if you're looking for yaks, though, sir, you're going to have to travel quite a bit further north. They tend to reside higher up at higher altitudes. But,
Indeed, very grateful.
but
for
the
your
less
assistance.
said, I keep a low profile. Carry on.
Have a wash.
He
Yes.
probably just doesn't want to have me in his guard post stinking of yak shit longer than necessary.
So yeah, he moves. So he moves you on. So you catch up with the rest, the others who were just passing through the barrier.
Don't even ask.
So yeah, he's so Gerald stinks, and his face is covered in clumps of smeared and clumps of manure.
We're not making
Just-
eye contact.
Just don't.
Okay, that's the same. Okay. Okay, so your journey north into Nepal will come with some struggles. You'll be traveling to eventually traveling to higher altitudes where you may suffer. You may have to contest the problems of altitude sickness and things like that. But anyway, so day one. So passing beyond the, leaving the border behind, you following the road up into the valleys. The land around you is heavily wooded with chestnut trees, walnuts, maple, and a member of the tea family that Ying Mei points out. Tea! And he points at a bush and stops and makes a point of pulling some of the young budded leaves off it and says, "Tea, schema tea." And he
Smell it.
tucks these into a. Yes, it's kind of sort of herbally smelling tea. Smells quite pleasant. So he like I say, he makes a point of plucking quite a few of these young leaves off and tucks them into a pouch in his pocket.
I get a leaf and stick it to Gerald's forehead, right in the bed with the action. Better.
Marvellous. I'll peel it off and brew up.
Okay, so continue on. You pass quite a few farms that mainly growing potatoes and cabbages, turnips, few tomato plants. And as the day goes on, you pass through quite a few small villages, and eventually towards the end of the day, you reach the town of Berwara. That's if anybody else got a better pronunciation of that, please I do.
Yeah, that.
Berwara. Definitely not how it's pronounced, but anyway, we'll have to go with that. So which you should be able to see on the map, I believe.
Yeah.
There it is. So just across the border. So your journey, your travelling so far has been quite. There's been, you've been maybe a slightly detectable, gentle incline, but generally you've been, it's been quite flat, level terrain. Ahead of you in the distance, of course, you can see the horizon is just like mountains, which Siva tells you that from what he's been able to gather, that is where Drakmar is supposedly located, somewhere in the mountains. So checking the maps, the military survey maps that George has secured, you quickly discover they are completely useless. They're for a completely different. Well, probably for the eastern entry to Nepal from Calcutta.
Apologies on that mistake there, gentlemen. I believe I've picked up the wrong maps.
Oh, brilliant.
Marvellous.
So you reach this town maybe an hour or so before sunset, before dusk. And it seems quite a cosmopolitan area, not by Western standards, not in a Western with Westerners. There's quite a mixture of different cultures and people here. So through Siva, you learn that in this area there's different peoples. So the Megars, the Tibetan Burma's people, who a lot of shepherds and farmers. And you break for a meal of rice here in the town. Sorry, it's afternoon. Sorry, not dusk. So it's afternoon when you reach there, and you make a brief break for a meal of rice and that's like spiced rice. And Jingwei serves you all a pot freshly brewed tea from the leaves he's picked.
Cool. Can Siva maybe get Jingwei to ask discreetly if any other parties have been through this town? We'll just keep a track as well.
Okay.
Go through if that's agreeable with everybody.
Okay.
Just see if there's any shenanigans.
Right, yeah. There is. So you can make a Charles. You can make a luck roll since it's you're having Siva. So he accompanies you and translates for you, and you can make a luck roll.
Right. I was gonna say we're not actually letting me speak to people. Come on, that's not fair.
So yeah, you are essentially speaking to me. He's just like translating for you, back and forth. Okay, right. So you learn from one of the local farmers that they recall seeing a man, pale like others with him, but very tall, that made a man's daughter well again.
What did we find out what was wrong with the daughter?
So the farmer believed that she was possessed by spirits.
Okay.
Siva tells you she was probably from the farmer's description, it sounds like she was suffering with a fever.
Couple of paracetamol.
Yeah.
I believe it's flipping rocket. If somebody's not used the pharmaceuticals, like, a couple of paracetamol would be would be like a spiritual experience, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, something like Western modern medicine is not will be a very rare rarely seen thing. Certainly won't be familiar with pharmaceutical medicine.
Yeah, it's sort of just been like, okay. Can I find out were there many with the party, or was it him on his own?
So they were. So the party. There was a party about. They said there was a party about 4 or 5 pale-skinned Westerners that were accompanied by a guide and porters, and they were heading north.
Right, so we're definitely on the right track then.
Okay, so after that break in Bawawa, after the break in this small settlement, you spend the afternoon walking, the rest of the afternoon walking, and eventually reach the town of Butwal, a town at the foot of the Chur Hills, which I believe I have a picture of the Chur Hills. Yes, here it is.
Very nice.
A few paddy fields, plenty of rice.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a place that you reach just as dusk, the onset of dusk. So this small, it's like a small town, barely a town. It's made up of 2-story thatched houses that are washed in quite sort of stand out because they're like washed in this bright red clay. And the temperature, you're still in the lowlands really, and the temperature's quite mild here, so there seems little need for tents. And although there's no boarding house, Siva secures, or rather Yingmei secures you space in the courtyard of a building, which seems, you get the impression, is a regular users as a regular stopover. And the porters and Yingmei, they all basically sleep in their tubas. Shiva offers to pitch tents and arrange bedding for you if you wish, as he prepares an evening meal.
I'm saying, can we get some like fresh veg and stuff?
Yes, so he offers, if you give him some things to barter with, he offers to go and find some fresh meat to supplement your provisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll dive into them all.
Have something a bit different to the rice and beans.
Yeah. So I should. So yeah. So there's some things that you can add to the packing list that Siva has decided has purchased on your behalf. That's not that what I want. It is there. Yeah. So as well as everything else, so obviously you got your cooking stuff, which and I think you've listed paraffin or kerosene of some kind.
Yeah.
So the food that he gets, the provisions he gets, compromise cooking oil, butter, condensed milk. I'll drop this into chat so you don't have to actually do it. Cooking oil. Let me copy. Cooking oil, condensed milk, sugar, salt, rice. Lots of rice, flour, spices, tomato puree, tea, coffee, cocoa, biscuits, jars of jam, marmalade, honey, bars of chocolate, tin soup, and dried fruit and vegetables.
In this outpost, flip's sake, it's better provision than the main town.
Yeah.
Flip's sake, come let's shop again.
He has also again restocked your supply of toiletries, including soap and toilet paper.
Need quite a lot of soap.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I shall
Get
drop
a
that
lunch.
into chat, and you can add that as you wish to your provisions list.
Sounds good, Jackie. It's quite civilized.
So yeah, you spend unless there's anything you want to do here in Boutoir.
Probably not.
I'd like to recover some luck.
Is there any sights to see?
Not really. No, it's. I mean, you know, the other than the landscape. I mean, the landscape is is breathtaking. It's unspoilt, untouched. But
Not for long.
But yeah, it's essentially a farming town.
Alright, I'll update the list.
Okay, so the next day then. Let's see, is this going to work? Not going to work. Good. Yeah, change to the knife. Okay. So the next day, you're woken by a refreshing brief bit of rainfall. So it's almost like just a fine drizzle, that fine rain
That gets you wet.
Stalks you through.
It's spitting. But yeah, it's only maybe like lasts for about an hour. Before you, while Siva prepares your breakfast, while you're waiting for Yingmei to get the caravan underway again, and within by about 7 o'clock, or just after 7 o'clock, you're underway again, and you leave Boutoir behind. So Siva informs you that Jingwei tells him that your next destination is the settlement of Tangsing.
Seems to be the further we go, the more pronounceable place becomes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a good about them.
So, as you leave Boutoir behind, the countryside around you changes again, and the land closes in around you, and you find yourselves following a gorge that gradually begins to climb upwards. So again, settlements are quite common. Probably every hour you pass some kind of small village or settlement with women at work in terraced rice fields. And eventually, again, it's quite an easy day of travel. You stop briefly around midday for a break and for food. And eventually, at the end of the day, you reach Tansing, which is a small place that sprawls across a steep ridge. So it's the village here is quite picturesque looking. There's quite pretty brick buildings, some of which are like 3 or 4 stories high with tiled roofs, and there's even a cobbled main street with several shops. Some of which sell metalwork, which seems to be the local industry. And at the end of the street, at like the dead end of this cobble street, is a temple dedicated to Vishnu as Varahai, in his boar incarnation, Varahai.
Some souvenirs, chaps.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Any holy symbols of protection?
Oh yeah.
So cash is no.
Yeah, it's trading, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's all trading.
so you have to barter with your belongings that you've got. I mean, you can say the equivalent of cash. You got the equivalent of cash in barterable goods.
Yeah.
So Siva again secures some fresh food to supplement your provisions, but he also makes a point of making a donation, an offering at the temple. So he leaves some food at the temple.
Seems reasonable.
Yep, makes sense.
So if you recall, he did mention this about there's like various, you may encounter various temples and shrines, and it's seen as
And I think we're going to need all the good luck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure we always leave an offering. We don't want to offend more gods.
No.
Yeah.
So these temples as well. There seems to be the ones you've seen previously along route, because you get there's roadside shrines as well that you've passed that are called. What's the shrines called now? I can't remember what they're called. I did look this up on purpose. I'm just going to go with shrines. So they have like a repeat, like common, like sort of colours. So there's constantly repeated three set of colours of red, white, and black. Sometimes grey or blue.
No yellow.
So Shiva, I keep calling him Shiva. Siva tells you that these colours represent the three most important gods in the area, being Jamyang, the god of wisdom, Shenrzik, the god of forgiveness, and Shakna Jore, the god who fights for good. So these are all generally like various incarnations of Buddha, I believe.
I feel like I should be writing these down.
I mean, the guides are going to know them.
Yeah, true.
So it tells you that so he learns a little bit from Yingmei as well, that these colours, as well as they represent these gods, and they're usually like shrines are usually set up to like guard and protect a location, and bring good luck. But these gods also these colours also represent the three levels that these gods come from. So the white represents the sky, the red the earth, and the black or blue or grey represents the underworld. So you spend the night in Tansing. So Yingmei gets you rooms in like a barn or storage building. So you're able to store your supplies, all your supplies and all these goods that they're just carrying in this like storage house. Pass a pretty quiet night unless there's anything you want to do.
Are we still on the trail of the other party? Can we ask about?
So you can make a social roll. It will be at half because you're having to do it so it'll be with a penalty. It'll be a penalty dice because you're having to do it through a translator. So
what do we want? Can we do fast talk?
I guess, yeah.
Or charm?
I will allow anything bar intimidation.
What about language? Own language.
Greek.
Yeah.
No, that's not going to be much use.
No, but if you did, but what's your language skill? Is it lower than your charm or your
own language is 75?
Yeah, so I mean,
so speak English really loudly and slowly.
Yeah.
So speak English loudly and slowly, and then
that works all the time.
Yeah.
Forge the Empire on
it. Or not.
Okay, so you don't.
No idea.
You don't learn any specifics, but you do. You do catch. Stevie does catch. Mention that a group of Westerners with a caravan, have passed through here. Although there's only vague recollections because this was like, as you know, this must have been months ago.
So it would still be a considerable, event.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
remember it anyway because it's not normal.
No. So yeah, there does seem to be. Yeah, there is certain people do make mention of some pale-faced Westerners that passed through here some months ago.
Okay, and we're not hearing anything untoward, so
No, but yeah, nothing. You don't hear anything. Yeah, there seems to pass through they pass through this way, but you don't hear anything. Other than that,
just not feasible. Yeah.
anything
That's
of
okay.
note. Okay, so again, the next day you're up and early, roused by Yingmei as he's getting his porters moving, and you set off again from Tang Sing, heading towards Pokhara. So during the first few hours of the journey, they're starting to the roads are becoming more difficult. They're less well travelled. There's the rougher, and you're heading higher up into the hills, and the journey is starting to take its toll on you, particularly those who who perhaps aren't used to physical exercise.
Feeling attacked.
So yeah, you enter into the what's the hills called again? The Chuma Hills, was it? The Chur Hills, and which makes, like I say, makes the trek quite uncomfortable. It's hard going. Neither going uphill or downhill is easy, and as you travel further into the hills, like forests begin to press in on what is little more than a trail, and about midday a drizzle sets in that lasts the entire day, which slowly drenches you to the skin. So as the day draws to a close, there's no village. You don't reach any village at the end of the day's travelling, and after the caravan comes to a halt, and there's some extended discussion between Yingmei and his porters, which Siva is trying to listen in on and try to keep you post on, till eventually he informs you that they've decided they're going to set up camp here in the open.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got local clothing. We're good.
So campfires are set up to help dry you, take away the chill and dry your wet clothes, and everybody wraps up quite well as in the tubas which they sleep in. Siva sets up your tents, and even in your tents, the night is quite chilly, and he informs you this is still quite. Siva tells you that Yingmei says this is still quite mild, and it's going to get much. The temperature is going to change quite dramatically as the altitude increases.
Yeah.
So, again, the next day you're up early. Is that going to change? Come on, change. Should be the 10th. Oh, it jumps forward too many days. No, it's 11th. Sorry. Okay. So the first part of the day is a repeat of the previous. The way is still undulating up and down the hills, mostly climbing through land heavily forested with evergreen oaks, and by mid-afternoon you finally reach Pokhara, which is set on the largest at the side of set on the largest of several lakes in this area. So Pokhara is quite a big settlement. So Siva tells you that this is apparently one of the biggest probably the biggest settlement you'll see here in Nepal, and it supports there's quite a busy street bazaar of open shops and traders, and the people here are known as the Gurung, and they appear to follow quite a shamanistic religion, and there's many life-size carved wooden effigies of men and women attached to most buildings.
Can I have? Can I have an occult roll?
Yes, it would have to be. It would have to be an extreme success.
And what are you on occult 10?
I was just looking for sort of parallels to things that I might know and understand. That was all.
So yeah, you've no reference to draw on to like what these might be, and even after having Siva inquire, even he can't even get an explanation of what these figures are supposed to represent.
Can I have an archaeology roll?
You can, yeah. Again, it would have to
Probably
be
more
it would have
anthropology.
I ain't got anthropology. I've only got archaeology.
again it would have to be an extreme success.
Give it a whirl. Give it a whirl. Give it a whirl. You never know.
No.
Unfortunate.
Wow,
Dude, but I
you
have
do
got a
have some
yellow-
archaeology, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah. I've got a yellow star now.
exactly. There you go. Bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you making your usual inquiries here, or is there anything else you wanted to do while you're in this in Pokhara?
Yeah,
So
I'll
it
make
seems
some
that,
sketches of these statues as well.
Okay. So it seems Yingmei is intending to like stop off here for the till tomorrow.
If he thinks it's a good place to stop, then
Yeah, he
we'll,
seems to have
we'll
some
go.
business. So there's some some business here as well. He sort of exchanges some goods that the porters are carrying for one thing, for exchange them for other things.
Visit the local temples, I guess. See if we can ingratiate ourselves with local gods.
Okay. So there's no temples here like you've seen. No temple or shrines like you've seen in some of the other settlements and along the side of the road. There's just these like totem like carved figures attached to buildings like that, which you can get no sense of what they're supposed to represent at all. But you can make a luck roll.
There's a collective.
So just one success, fine. George is so. Yep, cool. So George, while you're questioning, sort of wander around, questioning the locals with Siva translating, it's probably all together as a group. You inquiring after the to quarries, to the other expedition. You again learn that they've clearly passed through here. But you're also told about a man by the name of Yangtze Chumpo, who was apparently the expedition's guide, and is here in Pokhara.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Do we know where?
Yes. So Siva's
there.
able to get
Is that
you.
man there?
Get your directions to him, and you're able to track him down. But you find him.
I think we should go see him.
Sounds good. We shall. You better offer us tea this time. He's rude.
Yeah, no one's offering us tea.
So yeah, you track him down to one of the houses. It appears this he lives here in Pokhara, and Siva sort of knocks, approaches his house and knocks on the door or the equivalent, and this middle-aged kind of weather-beaten looking Nepalese man answers the door, comes to the door, and is like, and there's an exchange between him and Siva, and Siva says, "Yes, this is the man. What would you have me ask him?"
Ask him if he can tell us about the expedition that he guided on that came through here.
So again, there's a brief exchange, and you can see from the look on his face and his reaction, he seems reluctant to speak about it.
I asked Siva then, is there any reason why he seems reluctant to speak about it?
It's just is been quite defensive, Mr. Martin. I'm not sure why. Perhaps I can try again if you wish.
I don't know. Can you ask him and say, like, we're not. We'd just like to know a little bit of information about the expedition, or whatever information he would be willing to pass on to us.
Maybe mention we're not the same people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're not here for the same reasons.
but don't push it too much because bad things might happen.
Okay, so Siva continues to ask questions of him, becomes quite insistent, and he eventually manages to draw out from some little snippets of information from this man. He'll tell, and he learned, or you learn from him that there were 4 Westerners in this expedition, that he led, that he acted as a guide for. 1 spoke Nepalese and Tibetan. They went to a place called Drakma up in the mountains above the monastery at Tay, and Tay, he tells you, is near the monastery at Tay is near the village of Kag. Which, yes, so this is that should be familiar. It's been mentioned before. And it comes, so that comes as quite welcome information, as it confirms, like I said, the information you've had before, and confirms the supposed location of this of Drakma.
Question: aren't we coming close to the point where we need to switch guides? Is our journey coming to the end with
Yeah, because he was only going halfway, wasn't he?
Yeah.
No, you got a few more days yet.
However, this guy has been there before. Would he be willing to take over from? No, well, come
along.
Yeah, come along and then take over guiding.
So Siva starts to say this, and the guy reacts quite, not violently, but is really reacts quite badly.
No.
Yeah. So he's like, he's not quite shouting, but he raises his voice, and he's constantly not crossed himself, but you're not sure the exact detail, but he's clearly making sort of like a guard, some signs guard against the evil eye type thing.
Can Siva explain to us the significance?
So he tries to. Siva tries to question him some more, And
Can we copy the gesture he's doing to show that we're of the same intent? Not.
so I guess you can make a persuade or a charm. A persuade, probably.
Okay, of course. My persuade's better than my charm anyway. I don't know why. That's. Oh dear.
So do you want to push that or spend luck on it?
Ah, God.
Oh, spend 6 luck.
I'll spend luck. Let's not push because I'll end up doing the opposite.
Just click on it to expand it, and there'll be a button to spend the luck.
Yeah, because if I push it, and then I end up like invoking the demon that he's protecting himself from its various symbol, and then all.
Okay, so
He'll shoot us all in the leg.
So I'm trying to gesture with him that we're on the same page, and not of the group before, which it seems to be has upset him a bit.
okay, so yeah, your gestures and sentiment seems to translated in some part by Steve. It seems to calm him, and so he tells you. He goes on to tell you that it sounds like a warning. So he says, Sievert says that this guide says that the valley above Tay is not a good place since the this is the Chortens. That's the name for the shrines. The Chortens, which are Buddhist, is what Buddhist shrines are called, are fallen, and black ghosts are in the caves. He says that he pleaded with the men to leave the area and come back with him, but they wouldn't, and he fled in the night on the 7th of November. And he thinks that the demons and ghosts have taken the men.
Just because of can he take us to that point before he fled?
He refuses. He refuses, and he won't even. He says that place is cursed and it's haunted by ghosts and demons. He even refuses to impart the location of it. And he refuses to entertain any talk of returning there.
Okay, let's try a different tack. We're going to try and restore the Jordans. Is there a holy man that we can get advice from to take a... What I'm thinking is, if we can get I'm just talking with the group, if we can get a relic and make it look as if we're going to take this there to try and restore the Jordans.
I mean, to be honest, restoring them might actually not be a terrible idea.
Yeah. So if we impart upon these people, we're on this quest to restore the Jordans, and if we can get a holy item, a blessed item, that's the purpose that we're going there, so they can show us the way.
As Siva tries to put this across to him, he almost snorts at you in derision and says that you're foolish Westerners that don't understand, and these shrines are cursed and no holy man can restore them. They're warnings to stay away, and you would do well to pay heed to these warnings. And with that, he refuses to talk to you anymore and closes the door. And no amount of attempting to communicate with him anymore.
No cash is bringing him with us.
But we need if we get a location. You think you would give us a location, wouldn't you? If not the.
Well, we know it's near Tai.
But he knows exactly where he left them.
Yeah. He's clearly not a fan, so.
Yeah.
Siva advises.
Do you want to break out the knuckle dusters? So we've tried this carrot. It's time for the stick.
Yeah. I mean, he's an old man, so I probably could do it without the knuckle dusters.
Well, my intimidate's 15, so I'm not going to try that.
We'll say we'll drag him with us unless he shows us exactly where to go.
And if we had some maps of the area.
Yeah, maps would be handy. I mean, correct maps, obviously.
Well, I tried.
He spoke to officers. That's the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Always the case.
Didn't speak to an NCO. He spoke to an officer, so that's why we've got shit maps. He spoke to an artillery officer.
Yeah, so Siva advises against pursuing this any further. Is it generate ill will, and you might have to rely on the on the goodwill of these people.
We do still know pretty much where we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we may stumble across what we need to anyway.
Yeah.
Let's ask
even
Siva.
Siva seems disturbed.
That's what I was about to say. Let's ask
disturbed by
Siva what
these,
he thinks about what these revelations are, what his take on it is. Ask him for his advice or what his thoughts are.
So it doesn't. It's kind of a little bit cagey. He just he says he doesn't fully understand like their religious belief and superstitions. But
is he still happy to come with us?
He's happy to continue. But yeah, he's clearly a little disturbed, and is continuing with you out of a sense of duty and the promises that he's made. Siva also advises that it might be best to not mention any of this in front of Jingmei.
Probably wise.
Yeah, he'll probably do a runner if he is. If he
We'll wake up one morning and the entire caravan gone.
Yeah. Everything's fine. It's all fine.
Okay. So after that exchange, Siva, you retire to your lodgings that Yingmei's secured, and Siva prepares your food, and you eventually retire for the evening, listening to the wind howling around the stone houses, and you awake early the next day, morning of the January the 12th, and as is Yingmei's normal regime, you get you're underway within an hour with the rising sun, and you leave Pokhara behind, heading towards Rimay. So, today the climb begins in earnest as the vegetation and the moisture in the air show that the caravan is now passing through jungle vegetation. The only signs of human presence here are infrequent cottages set aside beside rice terraces. And as darkness falls later that day, you reach a village called Nadara, which is a mere 20 cottages arranged along a single cobblestone street. Again, there are these strange effigies on the houses that Yingmei now identifies as a goddess called Daul Alita. And you witness villagers leaving offerings of milk and incense to shrines to this goddess.
That seems like a good idea.
What's she goddess of before we start?
Yeah, worshipping it, leaving food for it.
So she's So it's a bit hard. The translation, Shiva's translation of it is a bit confused. It seems she's a goddess of good luck, of like good health.
Oh, we like that. Leave double the amount.
But Siva tells it says it's a little bit hard to get information from Yingmei, because he says that Yingmei's attitude towards these gods, it's almost to his relationship with them is almost like light-hearted, offhand. Not that he doesn't believe in them, but it's kind of just a casual thing to him. He'll if he sees a shrine or a temple, he'll leave an offering, but it's just almost like
is it more
automatic.
a habit?
Exactly.
Habit rather than
It's not hostility though. And that's fair enough, but he's obviously grown up with the story, so out of interest, more out of conversation. We're not. We'll leave an offering anyway. That sounds.
Yeah.
Never not leave an offering.
Okay. So yeah, the shrines and statue like carvings, they're quite kind of like plain wood, but they do have an appearance. They look like a similarity to like some like Buddha, some representations of Buddha, of like various guises of Buddha. Yeah. But yeah, like I say, Yingmei is just like really vague and offhand about stuff to do with all this kind of thing.
Let's keep an eye on the group and see if there's somebody maybe a bit more devout. Do we notice any of the porters maybe bowing heads, showing a wee bit more respect than others, who might then be more versed in the stories?
No, they all, whether it's an attitude of the attitude of the people where Yingmei comes from, the porters seem to be the same.
We never really twigged on where Yingmei's from, did we? We met him.
Yeah, so he's travelling to Gorapani. So that's I presume that's where he's from. So, again, Siva prepares an even meal, and unless there's anything else to do, you settle down for the night.
Yeah, I suppose, and no words of any strange events or disturbing events.
No, again, you hear vague recollections of that the expedition passed through here. Again, like Westerners, the appearance of Westerners this far into Nepal is.
I'm guessing Siva's twigged on now that's what we're following.
Yeah.
So he's kind of preempted now, getting a wee bit better questioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not a strange notion to him.
So yeah, there's clearly people who remember seeing these Westerners travel through here, but again, beyond that, it seems they didn't beyond that they stood out. They didn't leave much of an impression. Nothing unusual. No events of note other than they're passing through.
No more paracetamol incidents, right?
Okay, so the next day, it's Saturday, the 13th of January, and again, a crack of dawn with a rising sun. You set on your way again. So, not long after you depart the village of Nadara, Siva informs that Yingmei tells you that you're nearing the trade route that crosses Nepal into Tibet, and the climb is becoming is becoming steeper and more obvious, more taxing. And so it takes climb. It must climb gain about 5,000 feet in height during the day, and your journey takes you through a misty jungle of pines, through small valleys and low rounded hills, and just before midday you come to where the trail ends, or a trail crosses a crevasse and is bridged by a narrow, rickety looking rope bridge.
How wide do you reckon?
So it's a good 100 feet, at least a good 100 feet across.
Good job we brought that rope.
Yeah,
And that 11-foot pole.
might need.
Well, we know it's more than
something-
11 feet now.
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
So Yingmei goes up and down, and speaking with his porters. They're all checking their loads, and they take some time to redistribute the weight that some of them are carrying before they set off gingerly making their way across this rope bridge. Only a few at a time,
Sounds like a good plan.
and you can see this thing. The wind that's blowing down this valley is like rocks this bridge in quite disturbing fashion. It's kind of like a sort of just ropes, like there's horizontal ropes running across, and then vertical ropes attached to wooden planks, and quite sizable gaps between the planks as well.
Who's going first?
Rock, paper, scissors.
To be fair, I'd probably rather go before Charles.
Yeah.
I'm not going to psychoanalyze the rope bridge. I'm just going to traverse it. Very harsh. Yes. Can I check the rope bridge's underwear drawer?
Can you check what? Sorry.
The rope bridge's underwear drawer, just to see if it's psychologically sound.
So who's going first? So you watch as Yingmei and these porters pass to the other side. They kind of pause briefly, and Yingmei laughs a little bit and shouts encouragement across. Siva shrugs and sets and follows behind them.
I'll go. Why not?
Okay,
Whatever.
you
We'll
can
go.
make a
We'll
dex.
go first.
I'll go together.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be released. Whoa.
Okay. Yeah. So
This is
you just
gonna be-
step out onto like tentatively onto this bridge. You can the like drop is like looks like several hundred feet deep, and the bridge the bridge sways. So hold on, you rolled too soon. You rolled too soon. You get a bonus dice on it.
Oh, right.
So the bridge like sways under your feet. Each plank as you step on it like moves and like get like rocks back and forth, and you're like clinging on like knuckles white as you're clinging onto the rope guides, and you can make a dexterity check with a bonus dice.
So kind. That was just a test, you know.
Yeah,
Just stood on it
yeah.
and just,
It's a good job.
You know. I realised this was going to be.
Okay, and who's
So I'm
next?
like,
I'll go next.
And who's behind Marcus?
Yeah, I will.
Okay,
Am I going last then?
it seems that way. Come on then, let's have a test. Dex check with a bonus dice from Marcus. Okay. Yeah.
See, watch me do it.
Yeah. Makes it
And
look
just-
Max
I
makes it look
should-
easy. And George. Yeah. And finally Gerald.
Was this Stax?
Dex with a bonus dice. Your best stat.
Not far off.
Oh!
Wow!
So Gerald actually gets off and gets up onto the side of the rope, and like
Yeah,
the ropes
I'm just
showing
tight
off.
roping.
Yeah, I think Gerald probably just runs across. And he's like,
Skips
skips across
daintily.
like, oh! So yeah, with
Wobbles
your
it about for it.
with your heart like thudding in your chest and like catching your breath, you've safely reached the opposite side, and have to pick up the pace a bit to catch up to Siva and Jingmei and the rest of the caravan. So you continue on through these through this jungle, through this misty, drizzle-soaked jungle. And as the sun is getting low in the afternoon sky, you are pleased to find that as you're leaving the jungle behind, the trail crosses yet another chasm with yet another
God.
rope bridge spanning the gap. In the distance, you can see the smoke from chimneys of the settlement of Hile that you were heading to. So the air is becoming noticeably thinner, and it's hard. You know, you're finding it not hard to breathe, but it's noticeable. So you're going in the same order.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, so Charles first then. Same again. Dexterity with bonus dice. Oh! So you can spend luck on that. It's if you wish. Unless you want to push it.
Let's not do that.
Okay. So yeah, you're going across, and Charles's foot slips briefly, and he catches himself with the rope as his foot goes between one of the gaps, and the bridge sways violently.
Yeah.
Oh,
guys,
Marcus! What are you doing?
Spend some luck.
Spending the luck, spending 14 luck.
Luck.
Okay, right. So yeah, so Marcus, you reach maybe the same point where Charles was, and the
Watch out, guys! It's slippery here. Be careful.
yeah. So your foot slips, and you literally go like fall flat, like onto the bridge, and you kind of grab hold of it, and maybe lay there for a moment, like staring down at the misty depths of this chasm.
Yeah, through the hole that I
Yeah,
stepped through. Your face lands in that exact same hole.
And after it takes you a few minutes, and maybe the voices of your companions rousing you as you finally drag yourself to your feet and to timidly make your way across the rest of the span of the bridge, followed by George.
Come on, George, show him how it's done.
Boom!
Christ almighty!
You were clearly watching me last time,
Yeah.
George moonwalks across it.
although I shouldn't have said that.
And finally, Gerald.
Yeah, that's. You'll fluff up and get a 2 this time or something. What do you say?
Okay, so you've all safely crossed the bridge, and again this time you're a little bit quicker, so the caravan's waiting for you on the other side, and after you catch your breath, and Yingmei makes jokes about your nervous disposition,
I don't know what she means. I don't know what it means.
which all the porters seem to find hilarious. Before you set off on your way again, and it's not too much further down the trail, although night it's dusk is fast approaching as you reach the settlement of Hile, which is another town, another bazaar town with a market street. Probably even busier than smaller, but perhaps even busier than the previous one. and there's a real mix of ethnicities.
People.
Yeah, ethnicities. In here, there's Tibetans, Bahuns, Chetras, Megars, Tamangs, Rais, Limbus, and people from India milling around the streets of this settlement. And from the far side of the town, in the failing light, you gain your first glimpse of the Annapurna mountain range that fills up the entire horizon, a massive, white, beautiful mass of mountains in the distance. Which I believe we have another image for.
It'll soon be time to get the tennis rackets out.
Oops.
I thought they were here to play games with. I thought we were going to go for games.
Bit of both.
Okay.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Are we near wrapping up point, guys? Just curious, because bed and stuff.
Yeah, we're not too far off. Not too
Role
far off.
players don't sleep.
I get up at 5 o'clock every morning.
Ooh, nice. So we'll try and move this last bit along a little bit quicker. I was wanting to try and get to a certain point, but we'll see how far we get. So again, you hear stories of these white Westerners passing through. And again, the next morning you rise early, set off, and heading up into the trail heads steeply up this time. And today's journey is a tough one, much tougher than you've experienced so far. And it starts with the climb of a mountainside by a series of stone stairway that's been created over centuries, carved by tens of thousands of travellers' steps, wearing away and creating these naturally formed steps as tens of thousands of travellers have moved this way. And at the top, when you finally reach the top, you're greeted by a forest of rhododendrons interspersed with hemlocks and firs. Occasionally you come across farms that are glimpsed in the distance on hillsides, surrounded by neat fields of barley, water buffaloes wallow in mud pools, and Jingmei informs you that this will be the last day of his journey. His home is close by. So during this, like I say, you're starting to feel the strain of travelling into these high altitudes, and you will all have to make a constitution check.
I knew this was coming.
Lovely.
How many bonus dice can I have?
None.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I'm
Fuck
precious.
me.
So this is a passive check.
Nice.
You cannot apply luck or pushed rolls to it.
I'd just like to point out, Charles, I passed that.
That's good to know. And some of us are more refined, than others, and this hardship's just not.
Some of us have got TB.
Well, goody for you.
Let's see. So yeah. So when you finally reach Gorapani, early in the afternoon, it's set amidst tall red trees above terraces where corn is now being harvested. Charles, you are feeling dizzy and nauseous and unusually tired, weary, and your head is pounding with this horrific headache.
Just didn't have enough yak's milk.
I'll give him a paper bag.
So you will, on certain checks, that will incur a penalty dice.
Wonderful.
Who got that, sorry?
child.
Wasn't you the one who had the bonus dice whenever you wanted it though? Didn't you have a bonus dice from last time that you could use at any time?
I
can't remember. I'm pretty sure that was a thing.
can't remember, honestly.
Okay, so Yingmei recognises your symptoms, and
Yeah, you got the riddle right. Sorry, you got the riddle right. and
Oh
that's
right, yes.
oh, go on then. Yeah, go on.
Plus
You can
one.
use it if you want.
Right. So I might feel a bit poorly now, but when it comes to the future check, that bonus dice might be useful.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a one use only bonus dice. You might be better off using it.
Usually
Clear it
not.
now.
now. Yeah.
So should I re-roll?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can re-roll a tens.
I really hope you pass. Otherwise, I've got you in the shit.
Yeah, that goes in. So sorry, what did you say? I re-roll
Just roll a 10.
a 10 or
Yeah,
sorry.
because that is the bonus dice will represent
That's
the
a
tens.
bonus. What did
What
you
we're looking for? Oh, we'll need a 5.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, it's
Oh, it's even worse.
No, that's even worse.
It's gone the other
Okay, so
way.
yeah, you're afflicted with like altitude sickness.
Oh,
But like I say, Yingmei recognises the symptoms and speaks to Siva, and Siva tries to make you comfortable and gets you, gives you,
Did I get an
prepares
extra
you some
blanket?
herbal tea, and
I'll
yeah,
say I'll make him a
wraps you up-
nice cup of tea.
Fixes
wraps you up
everything.
and keeps you cold. But yeah, this keeps you warm rather. But yeah,
Oh
it
God,
tells
I
you
forgot the tea
tries
bags
to keep
today.
it. But you notice as you relax, even after you relax, you notice your breathing is quite shallow, and this sort of nausea, even though it subsides slightly as you rest, this nausea and dizziness is still there.
Lovely.
Yeah. So yeah, this here on arrival in Gorapani, the porters sort of unload under Yingmei's direction. The porters unload all the goods, and it's distributed to whatever destination it was going, and they all the parties part and go their separate ways, return to their homes. And Yingmei approaches Siva and says that before he'll take his payment, he will do as promised, and that he will find a new guide to take them the rest of the way. He has a friend who he thinks will agree to do this.
Sounds good. Or my character's like,
Yeah, let's have a look at this chap. It's probably got like 3 arms.
So the next day, which makes it the 15th. The 15th of January now. The next day, you are introduced to another of the villagers, who you're told is called, what's his name? Sawan Pemba. I'm going to just call him Pemba because that's easy to pronounce. So yeah, his surname is Pemba. So again, he speaks Nepalese and Tibetan, but only a very little, a small amount of Hindi. So so this makes it harder for Siva to translate and put things, get things across. So, but initially at least, this is aided by Yingmei, who sort of serves as an intermediary in the translation to Siva. So Pemba knows the region near Low, and he agrees to take you there. There is a slight problem though.
Of course there is.
There are not. He cannot provide as many porters. So whereas you were using, you had your supplies were being carried by 10 porters. Pemba can only provide 6.
Well, looks like they're going to have to carry more then.
So
Yeah.
you will have to shed equipment. You'll have to decide what to leave behind.
I'll drop off the Bombay mix, okay?
Oh,
A
There we go, sorted.
sacrifice.
Yes,
Well,
okay, we're sorted, right.
That's a terrible sacrifice.
So although
Okay, so
you
the
are
Bombay
travelling,
mix is gone.
you are travelling a little bit lighter because obviously you've got through some of your supplies and your canned goods, which were taking up probably amongst the heavier stuff. Some baggage, some of your supplies, some of your baggage will have to be left behind. So you need to decide what it is you are leaving behind. So you need to track at the very least the most cumbersome items. So like for instance,
And I guess
we need the tent.
I guess we could share a tent.
yeah.
Yep.
Some of the pots and pans, maybe.
Stuff like the marmalade, jam and honey, like the luxury goods.
Yeah.
Will almost go like in hard tack sort of thing.
Yeah, I guess it's going to be rice and beans, isn't it? And we are still probably going to be. We've been going through quite a lot of villages for.
yeah. So you've been able to
Fresh.
supplement your food as well.
Yeah, so yeah, we can probably reduce our food down to staples.
Okay, so if you decide amongst yourselves and remove from your equipment list what you are leaving behind.
Do you want me to add it or somebody else?
Yeah. Take it off.
Right, so, okay.
Yeah,
So
I guess
I'll remove the Bombay mix.
I'm sure that'll be perfectly fine. They don't need quite right. They don't need any weapons.
I guess the tinned stuff.
So condensed milk.
Yeah. Get rid of all the tins. Keep like some dried fruit and veg, but get rid of the tins. That's going to be the heaviest stuff.
Biscuits, cookies, jam, marmalade.
Yeah.
We can use for energy. We can obviously keep the tea, coffee, and the cocoa. Drinks, for energy.
we can-
That's light, isn't it?
We can probably lose the maps as well.
Yes.
I'm not sure they weigh a lot, though. To be fair.
Not the point.
You should be burning.
Where is he? Let's find the thing of your new guide. Where is he? There he is.
And yeah, reduce down to sort of minimal pots and pans.
Yeah.
What about the cooking oil? For on rice and beans, do we really need oil?
Keep the butter, lose the oil.
Yeah. So the cooking oil is obviously going to be quite cumbersome. Bye maps.
And again, we can always supplement it with some nice yak butter.
Or yak shit.
I'm trying to forget that.
How is the stench anyway? I mean, you haven't washed.
Well, we've kind of assumed that we've been through a couple of villages, so
Yeah,
we've been
so,
up
yeah,
in
Yeah.
Rivers.
We'll assume you'll have been able to like get washed and baths and stuff.
Okay then, so the list reads warm clothing, tennis rackets, fire stuff, lamps, paraffin, provisions, pots and pans.
Have we basically reduced it back down to my list?
Well, I'll put tent instead of tents.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Should
Depends
we,
how big
can
they
we
are,
reduce down to one notebook? Can we share a notebook between us?
Yeah.
Well, that saves some
I'm not
weight.
sure notebooks will be taking up much of the weight.
Obviously, we're keeping the weapons and ammo.
Tents. The
That's
tents are
what-
probably like 2-man tents. You could possibly squeeze 4 people into it, but not 5.
Okay, a couple of tents then.
2 tents.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Seaver,
I've done some.
Seaver being the perfect perfect gentleman, and the
He could be a doorstop.
yeah, a bit of a yeah.
Stop.
He basically carries. Chooses to carry all his.
No, man. If we
equipment.
use Siva as a draft excluder, then we still only need 1 tent, and give him an extra blanket.
Yeah.
So yeah, Seaver volunteers to carry his own things. He decides to leave his tent behind.
So, sorry, what were the first of lamps, paraben, 2 tents, 11-foot pole, notebooks, ammo, rope, maps. We don't really need, do we?
No.
We're
So
kinda-
rope is heavy and cumbersome. So I believe you said you were taking 4 coils of rope, and that's a hell of a that's really. So you're taking all of that.
Hemp rope is substantially lighter than people realise.
It is.
2 coils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's still about 100 foot of rope.
Have we narrowed it down enough now, or are we still skimming off the top?
If I leave the compass behind,
So it's only bulky items you need to be thinking of.
we've got. So I've got butter, sugar, salt, rice, flour. Do we need the flour? That's going to be.
It don't weigh anything. I won't class like. I'd have said like the, bigger stuff as.
Well, it depends how much we were carrying. You know what I mean? It was like a 20-kilo bag or something like that. So we just reduce the amounts of the
Yeah.
sundries
Yeah.
Okay.
overall. So it's more just for bulking out
Right.
than actually. We're not going to be baking bread and stuff, but
Yeah.
we're making like on the spot roux and stuff just to bulk out the food.
Okay. So 2 tents, 2
dried.
ropes, and everything else down to the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Most
Right.
of our stuff's dried anyway, so use no mountain that.
So the sun is low in the sky when so negotiations take quite some time. So the continual back and forth and like changing of terms. And like I said, the sun is low in the sky when negotiations complete. So you're forced to spend a second night here in Godapani.
Fine.
So thanks to Yingmei, you served as thanks for for your payment that he takes on closing of negotiations. His family invites you into their home, and you provide with an evening meal that comes as a welcome change to the fare that you've been forced to eat. So there's a meat stew and goat's cheese. And wine and fruit, and you retire full, sated, and ready for the next day's journey. So, January the 16th, at daybreak, you set off again with Pember leading the group north and west over eroded low green hills, still lush from the monsoon rains earlier in the year. The walk is pretty much uneventful until quite suddenly, around midday, your party breasts a rise and the ground ahead of you falls suddenly away, and you have reached the river. Far below is the Kali Gandaki River, tumbling fast and soundlessly through the deepest canyon on Earth.
And there isn't a bridge.
No, there's a path. There's like a down. So your journey will take you through, following the river in the river valley.
Okay. Very picturesque.
That's beautiful.
Nope, I lost my thing now. Oh, there we are. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah. So the last few days of your journey from Pokhara to Garapini have been steadily northwest, paralleling the mountains. There must be at least some 20 miles to the north. But now, as you head down this steep gully, the trail, you're picking a trail that heads due north towards where the river flows between the Annapuras to the east and the Dhalagiri range to the west. And in the early afternoon, you reach Gaza, a large Thalaki village of stone. The houses here are flat roofed, and the women stand up on the roofs beating barley, which sends a whirlwind of chaff up into the air that like sort of swirls around you as you arrive in the village. And you're all noticing now, Charles especially, but you're all noticing now that you're tiring far more quickly. And when you reach this place, just in the like I say, in the early afternoon, you're all out of breath, and you welcome the fact when Temba calls an end to this day, to the day's travel. And you can, Charles, you can make this respite. You can make another Constitution roll to see if you can recover from your altitude sickness.
Okay, is that just a normal roll?
It's just a normal. No, you can apply that bonus dice if you want.
Yeah, let's do it. 7 myself. Squared away. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so this welcome rest, you were relieved. You managed to shake off the effects of the altitude sickness, and by the next day you're ready to hit the trail again. It's the 17th of January, and you travel in from Gaza to Tuchukka.
I've got pictures everywhere. I can't see the maps anymore.
Oh, sorry, I shall bring the map to the front. And Siva tells you that Tuchukka is on the Nepalese-Tibetan border. So you'll be entering. There's no border guards here on this trail, and you'll be entering into Nepal, into Tibet soon. So the Kali Gandaki River is your path now, and progress is slow as it's often necessary to climb up away from the river past steep ridges that come right down to the water's edge. At the end of a long day, you reach another village, the village of Tukucha, Tibetan, where Tibetan is the dominant language, not Nepalese. So the 6 porters that Temba has hired refuse to go any further, and he's forced to hire replacements. But
Did they give a reason?
So Siva inquires, and it seems that it isn't unusual. So porters as this high up in the mountains, porters will tend not to travel too far from their homes. So it's not unusual. But Tember assures Seaver that he'll be able to find replacements here that'll take you the rest of the way, all the way to Low.